Hi, welcome back to Wine Mastery. We are going to taste a wine that is all the way from Hungary, and it's from the Furmint grape. I'm going to taste it now. Okay, so the bottle is here. So we haven't tasted many Hungarian wines, actually.
No, well, when you did tell me about this one, John, I was a bit perplexed because the only Tokaj I know of is the really intense sweet dessert wine. It's known as the king of dessert wine. So
I thought that was the French one, the Sauterne.
Sauterne is a very well known, but no, the Tokaj is supposed to be the top dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Over and above the French?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware. But it is beautiful, but it's really expensive as well.
Is it?
Oh, that's that's probably why you haven't tried it, John. Well, it's good. Yeah, 35, 40 quid, I'd say, is the kind of entry level.
What for a small bottle?
Yeah, 50 cl, yeah. I know. I might treat you one day, John. I might treat you. You'd never open it. But no, this again is an eye-opener for me. I have never had this wine. And I've tried a lot of wine, so I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this.
So I'm looking forward. Now, the price of this wine is $13.50. It's a little bit expensive, isn't it? Especially, actually, I'm probably being unfair, but and I have been to Hungary and tasted some of their wines, and they are. I can't remember now. It was a long while ago, before I got into our journey of wine tasting. But I do remember absolutely loving the wines there. But obviously, in the UK, Hungarian wine have sort of got a bit of a reputation for being at the cheaper end.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So we're looking at this at $13.50. It's got to be impressive.
Yeah, well, I suppose it doesn't have to be impressive because it's Hungarian and it's $13.50, but impressive compared to the cheaper end of wines that I've tasted from Hungary.
Well, it's like you say, once you've got that name and you've tarred yourself with that kind of brush, then is that are people going to pay $13.50 for a bottle of Hungarian wine?
I think that maybe when that was the case, it was probably back in the 70s and 80s, and there's a lot of people that have been born that don't remember that since then.
Very true, very true. Very true, John.
Unfortunately, I still do.
So let's see, shall we have a look?
Let's have a look on the colour.
Yep.
At the colour, should I say. So, it's nice and bright.
Yeah, definitely. It looks really clean, almost brassy.
Brassy?
Yeah, I don't know if it's I don't know why I'm saying that.
Why are you saying that?
Because it is. It's shiny.
Yeah.
It's shiny. It's kind of.
Yeah.
It does look like brass when you polish it up, and it's a little bit silvery as opposed to.
Yeah, it's sort of lemony type of colour.
Yeah, but it's difficult to say whether it's I wouldn't say. It's yellow. I wouldn't say it's hair, straw. Yeah, I think brassy. Brassy. That's how I'm going to describe it. Brassy.
Brassy, but brass. I get the shiny bit, but brass is like a much more deeper, yellowy colour, isn't it? And this isn't that.
It depends on how much you polished it. My dad used to have lots of brass. We used to polish it
like lacquered brass.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it used to come up almost silver if you polished it. Reminds me, I've got some brass at home that needs. Polishing? Yeah.
I'm glad I helped you with that.
No, it's all right, John. No worries.
So you guys, I'm sure.
I said, right, should we have a go on the nose?
Let's have a go on the nose.
Let's have a go.
Well, that's nice. I get it sort of a melon with a... Oh, it starts disappearing now.
It's pleasant.
I think it's because the name of the grape is Furmint, so I'm getting a little bit of mint on that, but I think that's just the association.
Yeah, I'm getting the stone fruits, stereotypical stone fruits there. But I think as well, I think it smells a bit sweet. But am I in my mind like you just said? Is it because Tokaj is sweet?
No, I do get the potential that it could be. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Very intriguing, though.
It is that, yeah. But it's hard work getting it out of there. It's not. It's not. It's not something that just jumps out and says, "This is a bugger." So, yes, it took some working, but let's have a taste because that usually just kind of gives it a little kickstart.
Okay. Delightful.
I said it's
It's quite smooth. Actually, I was amazed by the smoothness because I've just realised I've not been trying to taste the flavours. I just thought, wow, it's really smooth and viscous. Lovely mouthfeel.
That clean thing comes in with it, I think. And I'm pretty sure the first little bit on the tip of my tongue has got that sweetness. Not sweet, that's wrong. But do you know what I mean? Like a hint towards it. That I would describe it as like honeyed, but a lot cleaner. And then the richness of honey, just a little bit gets your tongue. Then it leads into the stone fruit. Nice length on there. Acidity's good.
When you said clean, that just like, wow, that really resonated with me because exactly that. Mouth felt very clean, very fresh, and yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But as clean as it is, it still managed to have a nice kind of after flavour there. And length. The length is there. This wine is growing on me. It's
No, it is. It's nice. It's as you say, it goes through a couple of transitions, doesn't it?
But that's a good thing. It makes for an interesting wine. It's not a flabby kind of.
Yeah, no.
And for me, it's hitting all the taste buds as well. Right on the tip here, right on the back, and right at the sides. It's kind of not horribly. It's not going and it's just nicely leaving. We'll put that there. We'll put that there. We'll put that there, and together it works.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It is a very, very.
I say it's a nice. I'm trying to think. Is this something that I would, one of these just drinkable wines, or would I sit down and actually savour and get into that?
I think it's both.
Yeah, I think you could. Yeah, you could.
I mean, I think the only thing that would stop me from being a sort of like a conversational wine, i.e., talking to people and drinking wine at the same time, is the price.
Yes. Here we go. Here we go.
But if we just we're concentrating on the conversation rather than the wine, then I wouldn't pay $13.50 for the bottle when we've tasted some lovely wine at £6. Yeah.
That you said that you can just kind of overlook and
two of those bottles that were on the list. So
yeah. Not that it's a volume thing, but you wouldn't be quite as, it'd be sloshing around easy, whereas this one...
I wouldn't be enjoying the conversation if I'd known I spent £13.50 on and people weren't really focusing on it.
Let's talk in more wine, concentrate on the wine. Do you know how much that was? I'll tell you. All right, so £13.50.
Yeah. So this would be, so it is in terms of, if you were drinking this and... you weren't really into wine. If taking it from some viewpoint, someone that wasn't really into wine, they'd find this absolutely delightful. But if you were in a situation where you had mixed company, where maybe there's four of you and a couple of you are not really into wine, but two of you are, this would be ideal for both.
You're ticking the boxes there, aren't you, with that one?
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, pairing.
Oh,
I've not even thought again.
No, have I? I haven't thought this time of pairing. I think that I've seen on the bottle that they actually recommend goulash, and I wouldn't think goulash with this. It wouldn't be
the first thing that jumped into my mind.
Definitely. No, it wouldn't for me. I think I'd still want to go something like fish with this. So shellfish, I think, would be where I'd go with this. I might even go with some sort of some place with some butter sauce on, because it's got a little bit enough acidity there to cope with that.
Yeah.
So I think I'd keep. You could obviously probably have it with chicken if you wanted white meat.
Yeah, but I can't like I say, I can't see that with a goulash, that big rich sauce and dark meat that's in there. It's nice, but I don't think it's going to take that on.
No.
And I'm going to go ahead and say maybe the Comté with this, but a younger Comté.
Younger?
Yeah, as opposed to you can get them 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, so I'd probably stick with the younger, maybe 3 to 6 months old in that one.
What happens?
These become more intense, more salty, more nutty, sweeter. Okay. Whereas I think the younger one is a little less, the texture's not quite as hard, not quite as intense in flavour, not quite as nutty. I think that would just sit nicely on that one.
Okay. No, I can imagine that. I'm surprised though, because I could also imagine that with a salty cheese.
Oh, like the old Amsterdam styles or
Well, no,
something.
I was thinking sort of like you're saying an older version of the Comté. I was thinking that maybe because it's got a little
We'd
bit.
have to, yeah. That's what you mean, but maybe you're looking as well, because we've said it has got a little bit of sweetness in there, and the salty sweet combination has always been a winner, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still got the saltiness in the younger Comté, just not quite as apparent, not quite as intense.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to the score, and this is 13.50, so.
Yep.
It's it's not a cheap wine. It's not expensive. It's not a stupid price. It's in the mid range there, but it is 13.50. I just have another taste.
It's 13.50. Completely understandable. I think for the money, not just that, I've enjoyed it. It's been something different. It's something I've never had before, and something that I've enjoyed playing around with that. Would I have it again? Would I have to guess? Yeah, probably would. That price, I think, is the all right price. I'm not going to go mad again with my scoring, but I'm probably going to say.
You done?
Yep.
I'm going to go 80.
Ooh, I went 77 again.
Did you?
Yeah, I say again, right? 77. I thought just suits it. The price to come into it, I don't think it was overly complex, but it was interesting. It was definitely interesting. There's something in there that kept making me go back and think, what was that? Or, what situation could I put this in? And, say matching with the food. It made me think, but it's not one of these properly outstanding. It's not something where I go, I must get some of this for myself.
Well, I think it's strange because the one that you were referring to, again, 77, the wine that we tasted previously in a different video, we'll put a link, that was, you said 77, I think I said 88, didn't I?
87.
87, so that's right, a 10 mark. So I've actually come down a lot on this, but you've stayed where you are, which is interesting. Yeah. Yeah, and the reason that I gave it the mark was because of my comment earlier about being in a situation where people that are not particularly into wine would enjoy it, but someone that was also in mixed company, it would be an ideal wine, and not grossly over expensive if you were just spending it on one bottle of wine.
I'm sorry. I was listening honestly, but at the same time, I was just
thinking,
in the wine.
if you're talking about if you're in a bar and you were buying drinks in a bar, you'd be talking £14, so £3.50 if you were to quarter of a bottle each. I mean, that is a steal, isn't it?
But for that, definitely.
Yeah.
I could live with that.
Yeah, at home, obviously, you wouldn't be paying for this in a bar, but yeah. So that was my logic.
Mine, I just think, as I said, the previous one, interesting wine, but it's something that's I'm not going to go absolutely wild about. Like you said, sits in lots of different camps. As that, it was just not outstanding enough for me to go. And I struggled to go over the 80 without it being a little bit special.
I think you're being very, very tight with marks this evening.
And another thing goes from it's a mood thing. It's a mood thing.
It is.
How am I feeling?
I've seen him give higher marks for, in my opinion, lesser quality wines. So
it might have happened. I might have been in a good mood.
You might have been. Obviously in a bloody awful one at the moment.
I'm not.
Okay, guys. Well, hopefully, the next video we'll be able to find a wine that will raise John's spirits.
We'll see.
And we'll see. See what I mean?
A couple of glasses always helps us lift the mood.
Of course. If you get a chance, subscribe, press the like button. That helps other people find us. And so until the next time, when we look forward to sharing yet another glass of wine with you. Chin chin.
Chin chin.